All right, shalom, shalom. Um, I just want to talk about a quick dream that I just had when I'm just waking up, and before I came into the truth, I was pretty much, a normal Jake, pretty much out in the world, and so in the beginning of the dream, I was riding in the car with this guy that I don't know who he is. I don't know what he's capable of, what or anything. I don't know anything about him. And this guy must have had a blunt, and pretty much I was riding with him. And as I'm riding with this guy, that's just like, these things just started happening. So the guy must have lit up the blunt, but I took a puff, then I gave it back to him. I guess that thought in my mind like, defiled like the temple. And I was pretty much kicking myself for even taking a puff of that. Anyway, it was kind of weird because as I was moving around, I'm actually trying to, it seems like I'm searching for home in the dream. And in the middle of my search, me and this guy were still walking the streets together, whatever. And really, in reality, I didn't want to be with him. And so as we were walking, it was these Jake that was pretty much like walking with a woman, and I guess this woman must have had two bodyguards with her, and so me and him decided to keep walking, and all of a sudden they started chasing her, and then we got to the point where we realized we couldn't get away from them, and so the girl stopped us, and then the Jake, he stopped us, and I turned around and kept walking, and I tried to take off run again. And then the guy just caught up with me, and the other bodyguard she had, she caught up with the guy that was with me. And it all happened so fast. So, I turned around and the guy just pointed a gun in my head. Instead of me being angry, I wasn't scared, but I was more angry. So the guy pointed a gun in my head and I looked him straight in his eyes, and it was just like, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why are you bothering me, right? And so, mind you, this is all happening in my dream. So I guess I don't know how I ended up with the gun in my hand. So I guess I don't know what happened, but I ended up killing the guy that pointed at my, to point the gun in my head, and the other bodyguard. And so the woman that was with him, she somehow got away. And where it looked like, if I remember right, because I'm trying to, record this while, before I forget it. So it looked like we was in an apartment building, and where I pretty much laid out those two bodyguards, we was in an apartment building, and the guy had two guns on him or something like that. So I pretty much ended up with the two guns in my hand. The one that I took the other 2/3 Jakes out, and then I guess he had another one. The partner that was with me, he had the gun as well. Somehow he ended up with the gun. So we, pretty much walked through a neighborhood. We walked through somebody's house we might have knew, and then we just trying to get away. So ultimately, the next step was, to get rid of the guns, I guess. And as we were walking and we were trying to, get away, then that's when the cop came in to investigate, and we somehow walked the other way. We walked the other way, like the cop didn't even see us. They just walked right past us. But it was just one particular cop. It was a woman, and she seemed like she was a cop. And I'm just wondering why she didn't take us to jail, but we just kept walking. She locked the hold on my alarm. and we just kept walking, and somehow along the way, the guy that I was with, he was gone, and then this woman, she just kept following me, and no, yeah, I'm just recording what I remember for the most part, all right, and so, but ultimately, what I remember the most is that this woman, she just kept following me, and she seemed like she was a cop, and I guess she was trying to figure out what was going on. Right, that's what it was. She was trying to figure out what was going on, what was going on around the neighborhood. We just kept walking, not even trying to tell her nothing, while we in the process of trying to get rid of the gun. But somehow I ended up with him, and I was, just trying to get rid of the gun. But, you know, make the dream kind of short is that, well, for the most part, what I remember is the woman kept saying, "Answer me." As I'm looking around trying to find where I, not only that, trying to find where I stay at, because I kept explaining to the guy, because matter of fact, in the middle of the dream, I was trying to get the guy to take me home, and that's what it was. I was trying to get the guy to take me home, and for some reason, I couldn't remember exactly where I stayed at. All I could remember is I used to stay here, here, and here. I know I don't stay too far from the last spot that I stayed at. That was my response. And so, that was pretty much at the beginning of the dream. But going back, Salakia, I send them all over the place, because that's how my dream was. It was all over the place. But kind of going back to what I was saying is that me having those guns and trying to hide them, it was just like, I don't know. I guess I should have just came out clean or something. That's what I felt. I should have just came out clean, but going back to what I was saying, this woman, she just kept following me, and then I walked back, and then she just kept saying, "Answer me." The woman kept saying, "Answer me, answer me," and so it jumped from another place, and then it seems like we ended up somewhere near a hospital, and then that same woman, I ended up sitting right next to her, and that same woman was asking, I was talking to her, and then for some reason I turned around and hugged her, all right, and it was a kind of weird dream, but I kind of, it felt something. It was just like, it felt like I could kind of decipher that dream, and really I think that dream was that woman that was in that dream. I think that woman was wisdom. Okay, so I just wanted to share that, because I don't know what was going on. I guess in the beginning of my dream, I guess it was, the person who I used to be, and now I'm pretty much what I gathered out of that dream, that it showed the person who I used to be, the crowd that I used to be around with. I don't hang out with them now, and it also showed that I tried to get away from that particular lifestyle. But now I'm searching for home, is what it looked like in the dream. And that woman that kept following me was wisdom. All right, so I'm gonna definitely share this, and I don't know how to say it, but I don't know. All right, so Shalom.